Hey guys, happy Saturday. I'm a little late making the video, but I made a big decision and I wanted to share it with you all. So if you watched yesterday's video, you will know what I'm about to be talking about. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of really hard thinking. Let's put it that way. I've been thinking about this sweet baby, and look at that face, you guys. Look at her. She's totally checking out her little toys here. Just hanging out on the floor. I'm just enjoying some time with her. So I really was pondering, for those of you that didn't watch the video, I was pondering whether or not I was ready for a change and potentially ready to let go of this sweet girl from my nursery. And it's something I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind for quite some time. So I was weighing my options. I had a couple of options that could potentially work out, and really took a long time. Like, even though I mentioned it in yesterday's video, this is something that's been on my mind and I've been thinking about for quite some time now. It's actually been weeks that I've been pondering this, and it's not something that I take lightly. So ultimately, knowing how special this baby is and how bonded I am to her, I also have that urge to want something new in my nursery, or something new and exciting to enjoy. So that's when I started thinking about different options of potentially bringing home a new baby. And I was also craving having a baby boy in the nursery, which is something that's also quite foreign to me. Normally I just always go towards baby girl stuff and baby girls. It just tends to be what I lean towards. And so I thought, okay, maybe this is like a huge shift in how I want to collect, and maybe there's going to be a new chapter for me in you know, what types of dolls that I want to collect, because that does happen over the years. It's happened to me. I've had many major shifts throughout the 20 plus years that I've been collecting dolls, and my taste has changed. I've literally swung from one thing to the next. Like, I prefer, right now I seem to prefer open-eyed babies, yet I sometimes will crave having a sleeper. You guys will notice that the common thread of majority of my dolls is that they're open-eyed dolls. But I do go through phases where I really crave having a sleeping baby as well. And just, I've been all over the map over the years. Most of you have only followed me for a shorter period of time, so you haven't seen those trends and the changes that have occurred in my nursery. Because I wasn't even on YouTube. YouTube wasn't even around when I first started collecting. So those changes happened and nobody knew about them, other than perhaps my doll friends that I shared information with on Doll Fan Forum. So, you know, now it's just readily out there. And, you know, being that I have a YouTube channel and a platform and a place that I can kind of share my thoughts, that was yesterday's video, is just kind of me thinking through the process. And it does help me to talk out loud and kind of work through my different thoughts in my head, because sometimes when they're said out loud, it feels a little different than all these, you know, jumbled up thoughts in my brain, my inner voices. And so it does help me work through potential options or big changes that you know, because I'm such a planner, and so I have to like really think things through. I don't make really a lot of rash decisions. I used to make very rash decisions when it came to dolls back in the day. I would literally, at the drop of a hat, I would sell one, buy another, literally over and over and over again. It's how I got to experience so many beautiful babies. It's how I learned to figure out what I liked, and I've shared that with you guys in many videos. Part of the fun of this hobby is really just experiencing everything, experiencing new things. And because I've been doing this for so long, I kind of know what's out there. I know what to expect from certain artists. I know what types of things that make me happy and content as a collector. And I also know, you know, body styles that I enjoy, facial expressions that I enjoy, paint style, like all of those wonderful details and things that are unique to each artist. I have learned over the years through buying several dolls from several artists, whether it be reborns or silicones or one-of-a-kind dolls. Like, I've experienced very, very large quantities of babies over the years. So I think I have it down. I mean, who knows? I could be quite surprised in the future by an artist that I didn't think that I loved as much as maybe Claire Taylor, because everybody knows that I'm a Claire Taylor snob. Let's put it out there. I do love Romy Stridom's babies. I do love Joanna Kazmierzak's babies. I do love so many other artists' dolls out there, but it truly comes back to what I know I love, and I love character faces, and that draws me back to Claire Taylor's babies. It really does. I've kind of dabbled and gone elsewhere, but I always come back to her. I always come back. And if I were to not keep Monroe, I would probably most definitely want to have another Claire Taylor baby. But this is what I've come to the conclusion. I've weighed all my options. I've thought about what it would be like. I've actually gotten the box out and did a trial run of what it would feel like to wrap this baby up and say goodbye to her. And it was very emotional for me. I really truly wasn't expecting that feeling. Like, I knew I'm attached to her. I know I'm attached to this baby. But I didn't know that I would feel the way I did when I put her in a blanket, wrapped her up, and, could have potentially said goodbye to her. It really struck me that I felt so emotional and so sad that if I didn't get to see this sweet face in the future, So that is a huge factor of my decision making, is how do I feel? Like, if I really feel that connected to a doll and I really feel that emotionally upset at the thought of not having them and not seeing that sweet little face, like, look at that face. Like, how can you not? Oh, that face is just something else. I don't know. Even though there are many other faces that I adore, I think that this sweet baby really she speaks to me, and she still, after 2 years, speaks to me. And so I had to kind of go through the motions. I had to really, figure out if, she was meant to stay put, if she's meant to move on. And I think for me, I know now that she is meant to stay put. She's meant to be here with me in the nursery, at least for the time being. We all know that things can change. My feelings could change. A new doll could come out. I mean, who knows? Claire Taylor could come out with a new baby and I'm like, oh, gotta have it, But until that happens, this sweet girl is she's too sweet to let go of. And so, yeah, she's staying put. She's staying in the nursery. But to kind of curb my thirst to want to have some sort of change in the nursery, I've kind of come up with a few ways to fulfill that want, that feeling of wanting something new. And I think I'm going to make some changes in the nursery. I think I'm going to look at getting a new bassinet maybe. And I do love the pod, and many people, they comment about the pod all the time. It's a beautiful little bassinet. I'm not sure how I'm going to sell it because it'd be hard to package up. So it may end up being one of those situations where I may have to hold on to it for a bit. But I kind of want to change up the look of my nursery. And I think changing the pod for a new bassinet will be a fun way to do that. I'm also going to dabble in changing up maybe the styling of how I dress Monroe. I don't know if I've ever really enjoyed her as a true newborn. I mean, I love her in sleepers. That's truly how I prefer her, as she's wearing a cute little next watercolor animal sleeper as we speak. But I'm going to try some new brands. I'm going to try some basics brands that are more newborn styled, I guess you could say. I found a new brand that I'm going to, I've ordered a few things from. I think I'm going to just change it up and see how I feel about that. And as far as getting a boy in the nursery, well, I think that will happen when it's the right time. I think that, I've always kind of said this, that things happen for a reason. Timing is everything. And when it's meant to be, the right baby boy will fall into my hands. I truly believe that. And I just kind of have to go with that and know that when the time is right, it'll happen for me. And I'm not going to stress about it. And I actually feel very at peace with my decision. I feel good about it. I feel like it's the right decision for me. And yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys because I know many of you thank you for the comments, by the way. I love hearing everybody's feedback. I do. I enjoy that. It's always fun to just hear others' thoughts. And yeah, so I just wanted to make sure you guys knew kind of where I was at with it and how I felt about keeping this sweet little girl. But look how sweet she is. She's so cute. I think she's happy she's staying. What do you guys think? Anyways, so that's what's happening, guys. That's the update. That's my decision. Decision is made. I feel good about it. I feel really at peace with it, and that's all that, you know, matters in my heart. I know that it's the right decision for me, but you never know what the future brings, and I never leave any possibility out there closed from happening. Like, just because I decide to keep her today doesn't mean that feeling won't change. It could be even a week from now. You just never know. So I never say never in this doll community, this dolly land, this doll hobby. You know, anything can happen and it can change from moment to moment. But right now I'm just so thrilled to just keep her in the nursery and enjoy her thoroughly. So, and I will definitely keep you guys updated as I make changes. I don't know how extreme I'll go with the changes in the nursery, but I will definitely keep you posted, and I will be sharing with you, obviously, as I make the changes so you guys can see what happens in here and how it might be transformed. And if anybody's somewhere close to New York, upstate New York, and would be interested in the pod, feel free to reach out and let me know. I just don't think it's easily shippable. That's the issue. So I got to figure out what to do with that. But I will figure it out one way or another. But anyways, guys, I hope you're having a great start to your weekend. It's hot and steamy outside, but it's cool and crisp inside, which is why she's in a sweet little sleeper. And we're just going to chill out and enjoy the day. So we will see you all very soon, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Bye-bye.